Hello, my brothers. Today I want to speak with you on our relationship with the divine, that God shaped wound that so many of us carry around, and how reintegrating our own personal relationship with the divine and how it heals so much of what we're seeking externally. For many years in my life, I had this desire, interest, pull towards spirituality and a big distrust of it. I had my own God shaped wound that was, of course, caused by the church. That in the name of Jesus Christ, the Mormon religion, and not just Mormons, but so many other religions, in the name of God, use distortion, manipulation, control, shame to keep power. And we all know this, of course, and this is why so many of us have rejected God, have rejected spirituality, and yet it leads us to this place of missing something. Because as I see it, so many of us, our inclination naturally as homos is to be drawn to the ecstatic, the divine, the mystical. That our part of our role here is to be that intermediary, is to have one foot in the ethereal, is to have this connection to the spiritual and the physical. And because of this, and this wounding that's happened, so many of us are walking around like hungry ghosts. As I've talked about before, the dominant gay culture is unhealthy because it is missing this connection to spirituality. And when I'm talking about spirituality, I want to be clear that I'm not talking about any particular form of spirituality or dogma or religion. I'm talking about us as individuals finding our own relationship to source, spirit, God, the universe. And when we do that, when we develop that ongoing, evolving relationship with the divine and what that means to us and how we fit in to this world, why we're here, all of those big existential questions, when we lean into that and we start to develop our own personal relationship with the divine, we feel whole. We're not seeking for something outside of us to fulfill or to fill that God-shaped wound. I love the audacity, the irreverence, the pushing of buttons, the pushing of edges, the pushing of societal norms that we do as homos. And also, wrapped up in some of that can be a lot of reactions of pain, a lot of rejection of ourselves as divine, as beautiful, sacred beings. And so we use ourselves. And as I say that, I start to feel sadness. I start to feel grief because I see how many beautiful homo brothers of mine are out there floating in the wind like a leaf just being tossed around by the wind. I see so many of us out there like walking wounds that are missing this very important piece of our divine nature, who we are as spiritual beings. One of the ways that I have practiced healing my spiritual wounding, my God wound, has been to use some of the language and the words that were used in the name of God to shame me or to make me feel less than or to manipulate or try to control me through the religion I was brought up in. In the name of Jesus Christ was something that was said at the end of any prayer or blessing, where many times what was being said in those prayers or blessings was about manipulation, control, shame, or abuse. So a reclamation of that for me has been to say, in the name of Jesus Christ, and then affirm something about myself that's right and true and whole. In the name of Jesus Christ, I transform any distorted beliefs of my own that came from religion that told me that I was something that was shameful. In the name of Jesus Christ, I transform any distorted beliefs about myself as being unworthy or lacking in any way. In the name of Jesus Christ, I affirm that my sexuality is perfect and whole and divine and sacred. In the name of Jesus Christ, I recognize myself as a divine being who is perfect and whole always, who is never missing anything. As I affirm these things to myself, I call back all of the power that was unintentionally given away or taken away by religion and religious doctrine. If you were raised religiously and or if you have experienced the pain caused by religion that has distorted your perception of yourself, that has made you feel less than in any way, I want to offer to you that you find your own way of reclaiming your relationship with the divine, whatever that means to you, that you find your way to that so that you can remember your wholeness. You have the ability to reclaim words that were used against you, including the word God, including the word Jesus. You have the ability through your claim, through your words, through your affirmation, to align yourself with the truth. And you know what the truth is. I'm not here to tell anyone what their relationship with the divine should be, what it should look like, but to remind you that you have the power in your words, in your actions, to develop that relationship, and no one can take that away from you. When you do that, there will be less needing to try to make yourself feel better. There will be less compulsive behaviors. There will be an entryway into a deeper healing of the traumas and the pains that you experienced in your past. And I want to say that your relationship with spirituality does not take the place of doing emotional healing work. It enhances it, and it gives a very beautiful, strong foundation of knowing that you are unconditionally loved, but it does not take away the need to do the emotional healing work. That is an important thing to remember, that sometimes we can use spirituality to bypass. As I see it, you are a beautiful emanation of the one unified consciousness of God that is unconditional love, that is abundant, and that never makes a mistake. And you are not a mistake. So my hope is that by continuing to talk about this, I can be another voice in our community to remind us that we are spiritual beings and that we have the ability to take back, reclaim our power from religion and from distorted perceptions of ourselves as spiritual beings. I hope that this is helpful for you. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you soon.